Hello, I'm Terry. Today I'm going to show you how I built up my electrostatic grass maker and how I used it to apply grass on my model rolling. I built it up out of two Sistema containers which I bought from the local supermarket, two different sizes, and also an old handle I had lying around from a torch. I've bolted the two containers together using some stainless steel screws and, well, I should say bolts and nuts, just to keep the two together. The bottom chamber is the one which electrostatic grass goes into, and at the bottom of it, as you can see in there, I've got a grill built into it. If I turn it around the other way and just bring it in close to the camera, you'll probably be able to pick up the grill itself. The grill is made out of an old sieve which I bought from the local supermarket, and I cut it up using a pair of tin snips to make it exactly the right size, and then use some silicone glue to glue it in there. You can see the red wire going down, goes down and bolts onto the grill, and the wire goes up into the top container to drive the negative iron generator which I bought. If you have a look in the top chamber, we'll just bolt the bottom one together, unclip the top one. Here's the works that's inside. I've got a couple of pieces of foam in there. I'll just put this down here and take the foam out. Foam's to stop it rattling around. And all we've got inside is a 9-volt battery and the negative iron generator. Now, I bought the negative iron generator from Oatley Electronics in Victoria in Australia. All we've got on the works on the handle is a switch in there, and there's a switch up the top, a little board just to hold the wires, and I've got an LED built in it as well so that I can see when it's turned on. LED with a resistor built into the wire to cut the 9 volts back to the point where the LED will operate correctly without blowing out. The two bits of foam I showed you are just to hold the material down outside, just the electronics, so when I'm shaking it round it doesn't rattle them around too much. The handle itself is siliconed onto the Sistema containers. When I turn it on, we've got the LED light comes on. The only other thing I use is a container just to put the electrostatic grass maker in, because I found when it's sitting still and not being operated, some of the grass does drop out of the bottom and it just stops it from going all over the floor. The negative wire, I've got a clip on the end and a small nail which I'll put onto it like that, so I can actually hammer it in very lightly into the layout so we can actually get the negative contact for the electrostatic grass maker to work. Well, let's fill it with some grass and then we'll put it to work and show you how it operates. This is my little corner module I'm going to put the grass on. First thing I'll do, I'll remove the trees. I haven't actually glued them down, I've just put them in the holes. And I'll glue them in after I finish the scenery work. I want a pathway leading down from the church, so I'll use a little lead pencil and I'll just mark in very lightly the position where I want the path to be, because that'll be on natural earth coming down from the church and no grass on it, so it just shows me where I want the line to be. I'm going to want some diluted white glue, the PVA glue, and I'm going to dilute it about 1/3 water. That will do for that. That's done it. Now give it a good shake just to mix it up. Now we'll charge up the grass maker. I've got the flock that I bought from the local hobby shop. I've also imported some flock from Scenic Express in America. These make longer stuff. This is 4mm grass, and I've also got some 6mm grass which I'll use a little bit later on. Now we'll charge her up. Just assemble the bottom section. Simple matter just to put the flock in. That's got him. Lid back on carefully. And that's it, it's ready to go. Plan out the area you want to do a small area about that big to start, and just paint your white glue onto it. get our negative pole, we'll hammer it in. That's enough. Turn on, it's popped out, so we'll put it back in again. This is why I can't find the hole. That's got him. Turn on the electrostatic grass maker and just tap it. That's all it's needed. Turn it off and we've got it done. It's a bit hard to see in this lighting, but that's how it's turned out. I'll now get the little handheld vacuum cleaner out and I'll vacuum off the overflow because I need to work over on that area as well. Now I want to use some longer grass around the edges, so I'll need to empty out the grass maker. I'm going to refill it with some longer grass. I've refilled the container with longer grass and we'll just repeat the process on some of the areas where I want the longer grass. And I'll overlap a little bit in the areas so that there's no clear line between the two lots of grass. The longer grass is a bit harder to get out of the sieve, so I need to do a bit more tapping. I'm working a bit more to be able to get the effect that I want. I've temporarily put the trees back on, going to leave it dry for an hour, then I'll put it on the layout and you can have a look and see what it likes once it's installed. Here's the effect of the grass with it actually installed on the layout. Here's another part of the layout where I've used 6mm grass. This one's in the autumn shade. Well, I hope this inspires you to put some static grass on your own layout. It's quite easy to do. I did notice when I was on the website to Sydney Express to make this movie that they now make their own static grass generator, which you can buy for approximately $150, or you can be like me, you can have fun and make your own, and probably total cost about $30, somewhere about there. So thank you very much for watching.